Welcome in to the second consecutive DNVR Rapids Winners Lounge presented by Vodka TV. I'm your host, Mitchell Carroll, aka Merchel, and I am joined by an illustrious panel of personalities. You know them very well. First off, our guy, Yasolina overflowing, the super producer himself, Yahir Vazquez, my guy.
Yasolina has nothing to do with me right now. I'm exhausted because of that rain delay.
It's a late night winners lounge, baby. This one won't be as long as normal, but we're gonna power through. We're gonna celebrate. And I'm also joined by the hopefully dry by now, the creator of the graphics, the art director for All City Network at Invisible Labs. We got downtown Duane Brown in the house.
What's up?
You're
I got
here.
a wet butt still, but that's all
I shouldn't say in the house, out of the house, as
I'm
evidenced by your outdoor.
I don't wake up anybody in my house.
And Joseph, I am watching the Rapids 2 game right now as we speak. So
Joseph, it is 11:15 and we're starting post game. Get out of here. You're a sicko. Okay, obviously winners lounge. We're talking hat trick. Okay, we're talking Zardes hat trick, first of his since 2018, first Rapids since Badgie's last year, Kai Kamara's in 2019 before that. First time the Rapids have had 6 points in a week since last August. First time they've ever scored 4 goals in back-to-back games. First time they've won 2 games in a row this season. It is as poppin' in this winners lounge as it could possibly be. This is as good as we have had it as Rapids supporters and coverers. Because I'm not going to call myself a reporter. I mean, come on. But this is as good as it gets. Duane, this is as good as it gets.
There are so many things to talk about tonight. Like, so many players in any other game could be man of the match. There's just so many good things to talk about. Yeah, it's just good. I was driving home from the game and just pumped for Winners Lounge, man. Like, get to talk about this kind of stuff.
Let's go. I mean, let's start with the obvious here, right? Is Rapids scored. So they scored. We did the math. If you start when Warner tied the game in New York and Zardes' second goal, the Rapids scored 6 goals in 28 game minutes, if you don't include stoppage time in New York. 6 goals, 28 minutes. This team is on fire offensively, Yaya. Like as good as we have seen them, has Warner's been proved wrong now?
Yeah, dude, Warner's has been proved wrong. 7 goals. Rubio has 11.
Yeah.
It's the proof is in the pudding. Like, yeah, dude, I love Rubio. Like, Rubio killed it tonight, playmaking and everything. But Zardes is stepping up. Zardes is starting to mold into the team. He's becoming the 9 that the Rapids need, and it's fun to watch. Like super. And if you look at it, all his goals have been hustle goals.
Yeah,
He's
absolutely
hustled.
Earns them. Yep,
exactly. It hasn't been like, oh, he got lucky. Text. No, he's out there running at the ball and making sure that he gets the chance to get that goal.
On that first cleanup goal, right? His first one where it came out of St. Clair's hands. Well, it was kind of in St. Clair's hands when he kicked it, but whatever. Rubio had him wide open, and Rubio obviously wanted the shot. He was feeling that career high, right? So he launches, he was feeling his 12th, whatever it was. I'm all out of sorts. I'm so hyped.
11th. Yeah, he tied it with 11th. I think.
Yeah. So, but I don't know if that was before he got the 11th or after. But either way, he wanted it real bad. And then Zardes, he was wide open. That back line for them, and we were talking about this. It was not like it was like this all night. That whatever side the ball was on, right? Whatever side the ball was on was so much farther up, and whoever was on the backside, it was Zardes mostly, was able to just be wide open running towards that goal all night long. Didn't matter who it was. Let's see. I mean, just to keep talking about possible topics. Gutierrez, great debut. Keegan was an amazing right up front throw-in assist.
Yes.
Jack Price is back. We didn't even mention Jack Price is back. A game-long weather delay, essentially. Hour 45, basically. Lucas played great. Lewis came in as a great substitution appearance. Gus played a whole game. Started in place of Lawless. Was fantastic.
Barrios.
Mikey B. Yarby had 2 amazing saves down the stretch. One on an absolute breakaway.
Lucas was a pretty much beast.
Lucas was, I mean, like up and down the roster. I had someone in our mentions complaining about Colin Warner sub and how we almost didn't have a winner's lounge. Well, guess what? Those didn't happen, and it's all positives here, baby. It is all positives. It's all positives.
Complaints I have for sure. Like, there's a couple things that I truly didn't enjoy.
Save it for the midweek.
Yeah,
save it.
Dude. No,
Winners Lounge.
Like Winners Lounge or not Winners Lounge, man. Like, it's concerning that this team keeps
giving up goals
so much, but they have to score so much because they're letting up goals.
They're letting up goals they shouldn't, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly, and it's all mental mistake. Like,
and not just that. What happened again? It was the 43rd minute, right? It was right before halftime. They gave up another. They were up 3-1. Instead, it's 3-2.
The thing is, that goal I'm not even that mad about. I hate the play leading up to that goal, but the goal itself, it's a great goal. They kill it. You're super hyped about it. It was good goal, great play. What I cared about was that first and third goal, horrible coverage on the free kick. But you're right. Like, there's so much more to celebrate, but it's just annoying. It was like grinding my gears a little bit that they're scoring goals, but these are games that they lost because they let these goals in. If they stop scoring these goals, they're gonna start losing again.
But they did. And normally we don't score goals, so we gotta let them.
And that's the issue. You normally don't score goals, so now you gotta fix it while you're scoring it instead of fix it when you're not scoring it, and then learn the hard way when you have all season. Like, that's my only gripe I had with the whole game, honestly, because I loved everything else about it. It was just those 2 goals that they let in on bad coverage, because at the end of the day, those are goals that will start affecting you in the future if you don't fix it soon, and you can't be letting those in.
Yeah, but that was my only negative. Talking about that all season.
Exactly, and that's why that's the bad part. No matter how much you talk about it, it's still a bad part, and that's something that sucks. Like, all season and all season, and that's the disappointing. That now that they're scoring goals, they can't even keep it with the lead. The lead is not even enough to keep them mentally focused.
Look,
I'm gonna play the other side. I got no time for that negativity today. Did we give it up at the end of the first half? Yes.
Yeah.
Did I just talk to my buddy who I was sitting next to? Oh no, we're in the last 5 minutes. I hope we don't screw it up. And we did, which was a huge bummer, but we were already up. And so it didn't hurt as much. It didn't lose us the game as it normally did because we're finally starting to get things together. We are scoring goals. Those crosses to Zardes are finally starting to happen, even when they're not. Zardes, I mean, can we call him the cleanup? Can we call him the cleaner at this point?
Janitor, dude.
He is doing the dirty work.
Let's go.
When the keeper is playing as bad as their keeper was tonight,
which is crazy. St. Clair in Minnesota is like a freaking brick wall.
Yes.
And St. Clair in Colorado might as well just not be in the goal.
He was a brick wall, and we were playing with bouncy balls.
Yeah, exactly.
Tonight.
And the thing is, like, I don't want to bring down the vibes either. It's not about bringing down the vibes for sure.
No, it's just about analyzing. We're analyzing. That's what we have to do.
It's just like it's as like somebody like wants this team to win, and like I'm the staunchest believer in this team. You guys know me.
Yes,
Gasolina,
without question. No one questions your belief in the Raptors.
I always think this team
Gasolina?
is gonna win that. Like I always think this team's gonna win no matter what. It's just like at this point, it's more a built-up frustration that it's like, come on, man. And the reason I can analyze it so calmly is because they won. Yeah. I'd rather analyze it when they won than do it when they lost, and that's the reason they lost.
If Yahya after that Seattle game can talk himself into a 6 seed after that, like moments after that Seattle game, I for sure expect him after this game to be able to like find what didn't work. It's just like he's a man of balance, right?
There's
balance in the force.
He does that when we lose, and then when we win, it's like, oh no, let's talk about the bad.
Oh hell no!
You have to talk about the game. You have to talk about the game.
This is the only time I've ever on a winner's lunch been like, yo, that sucked. Because that's the one this is the one thing I did suck. Like I hated it so much. And I was like pulling my hair out because if you see the replay, it just sucked. It was bad. Yeah. But I do want to say, looking at the standings, seeing what happened today, I'm like pushing my prediction up to a home game.
Oh my god!
Like that.
I mean, look, there's.
How do you?
FC Dallas is in third place, and they're in 36 points.
Yeah,
I want to bring up the meme of Yaya going from this to this now.
Dude, well, that's the thing. Like, that's the thing. Like, I can be upset about the game, but the team is still the team, and I'm expecting this team to still I'm pushing it because
look, FC Dallas.
You have on it.
FC Dallas is in third place, right? They are in third place at 36 points. The Rapids have 30 points in 10th, and Vancouver is in 11th at 30. Like, it is so tight. A home game is not crazy at all. It's not.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Like, I'm so positive about this team, and people think I'm being negative, but it's not. It's just like that one little observation pissed me off.
It's not crazy.
This team.
I mean, it's a little crazy, but it's not crazy.
When we get that home game, Yaya is gonna rip this team apart.
Dude, like the thing is, like this team is good. The team is really good.
No, look, I think this team is really good. Let's talk about some of these. Let's talk about some of these moments and some of these players. Obviously, Zardes, like, hats off. We've kind of talked about his game.
Doing the dirty work.
Yeah, Julio, great call. The Rapids have games in hand on basically everyone between
except Portland.
Portland's played 25. Rapids have played 23. Seattle's played 24. Rapids have played 23. Nashville's played 25. RSL 24. Minnesota 24. Dallas 25. I mean, the Rapids have 23 with Galaxy, and Vancouver's played 24. So, I mean, they are in just fantastic position. I want to talk about my guy.
Let's go, guys. Let's go,
our guy, DNVR guy. Keegan Rosenberry, with what might be his second best play of the season, with that throw-in assist to Rubio's head. Come on.
That was complete elite awareness.
Come on. Are you serious?
That running start was so gorgeous.
And they were running
He ran like 5 feet. Like, he got 5 feet and he ran 5 feet so he can get as much air as he could on that. That was gorgeous.
It's like, and then on top of that, he also just had a game that was just like unreal. unreal.
It's everywhere you looked down the side in the second half. Keegan was there.
He was all over it.
It's just like I was just like, why is he always up in 1-23? Like he
oh
was
yeah, and then
123,
Joseph
124 all the time, and just I mean he was just pressing so hard and just making it happen. Like, man, dude had a game.
And then that throw to Barrios to Zardes, right, for that goal was just it was chef's kiss, baby.
That assist.
So we're gonna get into our guys. We're each gonna have our guy from this game. And Keegan's off the board because we just talked about it. But before that, we're going to talk about the homies over at Evoca TV. Evoca TV is obviously the GOAT in Colorado television sports broadcasting. Obviously. They deliver the best sports coverage to Colorado fans. They have altitude sports, right? So we're talking Avs, Nuggets, Mammoth, the Pids, AT&T Sportsnet, right? If you are a Rockiesman, which I assume you are, you're watching DNVR Sports. They have NFL Network. They have the most regional sports for less, lowest price in Colorado for sports coverage. Crystal clear HD while using less bandwidth. You enjoy over 60 entertainment channels, including news, movies, and more. Evoca is only $25 a month plus a $5 receiver fee. But right now, literally right now, you can just click a new browser tab and you can get $10 off per month for your first 3 months. Go to evoca.tv/Colorado10. That's evoca.tv/Colorado10. Turn your home into the ultimate game viewing zone. You can even stream your teams from a phone, laptop, or tablet when you're on the go. You can add on Sling to get ESPN and more. Get a discounted rate when bundling with Sling. There's no contracts, no catches, no hidden fees. Just Evoca TV. We love them. Thank you, Evoca TV. You rule. Okay, I hope that gave you enough time to figure out who your guys are. Yeah, we're going to start with you. Who was your guy here?
I'll let Duane go first.
No, you got to go.
No.
Okay, I'll go because it answers. I'll go because it answers Joseph's. It answers Joseph's comment right here. For me, Felipe Gutierrez comes in, takes over for Price, who obviously wasn't going to even play the second half anyways, let alone with almost a 2-hour break coming off of injury, right? He comes in, 2 fantastic defensive plays in the box defensively. He's taking a set piece. He's taking a corner. His passing, there was a couple passes that weren't great, right? But like well within the flow of the offense. I'm sure Joseph posted his game line in terms of accurate passes, total passes, all that stuff. I'm sure he posted that on his Twitter feed. But I thought he was fantastic. Exactly what you wanted to see. He has chemistry with Rubio already. We know that, but he looked like he was fitting in with everybody really quickly. He's a vet. He's succeeded at the MLS level before. I just see Frazier being able to put him in places right where we need him. I thought he showed some dog. Was there some dog? Did you guys see some dog in our guy? Right?
I loved it because Rubio substituted out after doing all his shenanigans of dropping to the ground.
There was a lot of dog out there, but I thought Gutierrez brought some dog. I thought he brought some dog.
But that's the thing. Like I thought it was so funny because it goes to like the dog. Rubio doing his shenanigans, dropping, pushing, doing all his shit. Then immediately he comes off, and Gutierrez continues the shit. It was like the chillin.
Not just that, but he comes off, and Max gets a yellow in 4 seconds, 12 seconds. I don't know how long it was, but it had to be the fastest yellow in an appearance this season.
It was hilarious
for anyone on the team.
I just found it so funny that the Chileans were like, they tag teamed it. They were like, we're just gonna bullshit the shit out of Minnesota right now and drop to the ground and hit them like with little like late hits and see what happens. I thought it was hilarious when Rubio and Gutierrez were doing the whole second half.
Oh yeah, they were. He's exactly what this team needs. Now, granted, this is only 45 minutes in, right? So like, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't work, but for me, all signs pointing to this guy being the right piece for this team, being able to fit in the midfield, whether it's up at that 10 and pushing Rubio up, whether it's coming back in for Price and Acosta, sitting back, really being kind of a distributor off of that back line, being the conduit through defense to the attack. I just think he fits in exactly where we need him. He's heady. He can take set pieces. He can take corners. I'm all in. I'm a Gutierrez guy. I'm a Gutierrez guy now.
He's a Goody guy.
Feels great. Goody guy. Goody guy, stand up. It's me. Starts right here. Let's go.
I'm gonna keep it Chilean and I'm gonna go with Rubio.
Oh, it's a chili cook-off in here, baby. Let's go.
It's spicy. Yeah, I'm there are more players to talk about as well, and I even have 2 heads-up plays by non-players to shout out tonight too.
2 non-players?
Oh yeah. It was happening down in the corner in 123. It was happening.
Whoa.
So anyway, I mean, Rubio, come on, number 11. With his 11th goal,
Let's
in
go.
the 11th minute.
Oh man,
that is some cosmic shit that Rubio is laying down on Minnesota tonight, and I am here for it.
Let's go.
And the other thing is, like, Rubio has like undercover phantom assists, right? Like, they're not assists because they're bouncing off.
He just rockets them off goals, dude.
He just punishes the keeper.
That's how Yahya scored on Tuesday.
They feel like hockey assists, like you know those hockey assists where it bounces off a goalie.
I think the closest thing to it is a Kobe assist, right? Where Kobe would draw people away, take a bad shot, and the offensive rebound is just a free dunk because everyone's looking at Kobe, right? So it's like it's kind of the same thing there.
Rubio's just making it happen in all phases. Like I don't even remember who it was from Minnesota who just took like the stupidest dive ever, and then Rubio's response was to take an even sillier dive, that was some Ric Flair, like, just selling it dive. That it was awesome because it was such a middle finger to, like, I'm so tired of your dives, because there was a bird flu warning at Dick's Sporting Goods Park, and the loons were sick. They were falling down everywhere, and Rubio had just had enough. And it was just like, one silly dive, I'm going to take one too. And I was just cracking up, and I was just like, good. Like, call them out on it in a way that embarrasses them.
Totally.
And
Figueroa, that was Figueroa that I saw. I remember you talking about.
Yeah, it was great. Yep. Like, I had so much fun watching so many players tonight.
Tonight is definitely a Duane night. This is a Duane night where you have a lot of time wasting. You have a lot of need to play this correctly to run out 20-30 minutes of the clock.
Yes.
This is an absolute Duane game. You love to see it.
Plus,
who's your guy?
Yeah,
I'm gonna cheat a little bit because I'm gonna go not guy but position, center back. I thought as much shit as I gave him, I thought Gus and Danny were really good. They both made their mistakes, but they both bounced back great. They played their positions perfectly, and instead of shitting around and doing some dumb clears, they just booted it out immediately. And whenever they did have the ball in head space, they always made the right play.
I thought Gus was great.
I thought both of them were great, man.
I mean, Danny is back to being Danny. I think I was as low on Danny as anyone. I was literally calling for them to go try and get a DP center back. So I will own that. I was down on him. He's back. But Gus, man, this kid, I get what Cincy fans were moaning about when he was in, like, when Porig went and got him, right? Like, you see it. He is huge. He's just talented. I'm so in on Gus as a centerpiece moving forward.
And I was just gonna go with Gus by himself, but then I'm like, I can't omit.
And then, dude, Lawless came in for 6 minutes with stoppage time, and he had probably 3 headers, clearances. Like, he just
exactly. And that's why I went with the center back. So I was like, include Lawless in that too. I was gonna focus on the two main ones that played most of the game, but even Lawless, like after having a really bad performance last game, came in and was reliable. He was no Tom Fuller. He's just trying to get the ball out of there. Which last week he was trying to do too much. This week he's like, I'm just gonna get it out of here and do what I gotta do. So I thought the center backs had a great game.
More important than that, he didn't come in and get a yellow, which is
exactly.
Huge.
Which is like, and that's why I'm like, I gave him a lot of shit. Like I gave him for like their.
I think that drops a yellow. And Joseph, if you're listening, maybe you could confirm this or not, but I think that pulls a yellow from a game in terms of accumulation, and I think that just kind of like sets him up to play the next few without worrying about it. I think. I'm not sure, but I think.
But hopefully it does, man, because I'm kind of saying like these dudes that the center backs I thought were amazing, and I mean you can even group the whole back line if you really wanted to. Like if you were watching the game from home, like I was, you didn't see Keegan at all. You heard him
on Ivaka
one
TV.
Time on Ivaka TV. If you saw him once, if you were actually paying attention, you only heard Keegan's name once in the first half, and that's a good thing. That's a really good thing for a defender. He wasn't getting beat. He was exactly where he had to be every single time. They weren't testing him. Like, and again, I could go through the whole squad because I have so many positives about each player.
Dwayne, I want to hear your non-player.
All right,
dogs. But 1 sec. If we're missing any players in the chat, drop who your dogs are tonight. Who your guys are. Who showed it? Who showed out? Who do you guys want to talk about that we didn't get to?
Because I want to talk about
Lewis or anything like that. Bring it up. Yep. We'll break it down.
All right, 2 non-player heads-up plays by our Rapids faithful.
Oh, Joseph, I didn't know that was the rule. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. All right, that makes a ton of sense, actually. Oh, so it's 5. Okay, cool.
5 matches. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
Does that count for Fraser too?
It should.
He's been getting after it. My God.
Man. He's been accumulating.
Yes, but that's the fire this team needs. Like when Fraser's fiery, this team is fiery, man.
Oh,
you love to see it. You absolutely love to see it.
All right, Dwayne, who are your non-player dogs?
All right, from down in 123, we saw some good stuff happening. I don't know who the player was. It might have been Gutierrez. I'm not sure. But there was Dick's Sporting Goods Park staffer who had the ball in her hand. Uh-huh. And Rapids came over for a throw-in and asked her for the ball. And she pointed at the pedestal and said, no, go get the ball over there, which was a heads-up play by the staff to burn some more clock that I thought was awesome because she could have just given it to him, but she said, no, go get it from the pedestal, which burned a few more seconds. And I thought, dude, even the Dick's staff is on this match. Let's go. Let's make it
Everybody
happen.
Was CONCACAF
And
today.
then,
oh my God,
a couple minutes after that, there was another play where opposing keeper was about to had a goal kick, and then C38 had I think it was after that shot by Rubio that was way up in the C38. C38 holds on to the ball, waits for the keeper to get it off the pedestal, and then they throw it back in onto the pitch, which burned up another few seconds. So shout out to C38 for another heads up play. Just everybody was all in tonight. Like players,
loved it.
Staff,
loved it.
B38. Like that was it. Like that's what I want to see. Every home match is everybody all in, all over the stadium, and that's what we saw, even from the non-players tonight. So, big shout out to whoever that staffer was. You know who you are.
Big shouts.
Great
Big
job.
time.
C38, great job too. Very heads up play on your end.
Great job. Absolutely.
Great job. All right, back to the players.
Okay, Nicholson. He was out, I believe, sick. It was health and safety, but it wasn't COVID from what I hear. He was just sick. He looked great. I mean, what do you want to like?
I was almost sad to see him get subbed off.
Look, I like the move. I like the move of bringing in the speed for Lewis because Nicholson isn't slow, right? And he makes his defender work. And then you're like, oh, guess what? Now you have to chase Lewis around. So I like that. But I thought Nicholson was fantastic.
Nicholson was everywhere.
My favorite thing about Nicholson happened pregame, and I don't know if you notice this from your seats because you're on the other side, but players walk in, right? They come down those steps behind the goal, come out, and the two teams walk out, right? Yep. And then they're holding the hands with the kids coming out, right? There's a about 30-yard gap between the first seven rapids and the last four. And the kid that Nicholson was with was either scared to go out on the field or like whatever that was. And he was walking out with him and he was being like, oh no, it's okay. It's okay. He was like, showing him where to wave and like going out. So there's this huge gap in the line and they were waiting to like get the national anthem going and stuff. And Nicholson is just helping this little kid who's terrified. Right. So they sing the national anthem. They do that. Everyone's going off to their spots and going to their side and all the kids are walking off. And that kid was like, again, a good like 30 yards behind the rest of the group, just like slowly jogging off, just like hamming it up. It was awesome. Anyways, has nothing to do with the game. But Nicholson, that guy, he was awesome. I just thought he was everywhere. Again, it's like it's like these moves aren't, as Joseph puts it on Twitter, these moves are whelming, right? They're not necessarily underwhelming, right? Like they make sense. They're not headline grabbers, right? And then all of a sudden you're like, man, these pieces are just like fitting right where they should, right? And it's like, oh, okay, right? Like think of them like. Tonight alone, Gus, we talked about Gus. Great job. Nicholson, great job. Zardes, obviously, hat trick. Gutierrez is coming in and that midfield not missing a beat, right? Like, bang, 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 bang. Like, great. He did a great job. And Brendan Plone from the Denver Post wrote this great feature on him, published this morning, right? And everyone was all worried about it. We were talking about it. And then fourth minute they go up and then all of a sudden there's this, so there was no real big deadline move. They're losing first thing at home to a depleted team. And we're looking at each other like, oh God, dude, couldn't be worse timing for that. And then all of a sudden they get a big win and with players that he was looking for and got kind of semi under the radar. I just thought it was great. I thought it was great. Great performance across the board. Sorry, I kind of went off there, but
it was so good. And
I'm a huge Barrios guy this game, man.
Mikey
Barrios
B.
was cooking Lawrence, completely cooking him to the point where in the second half, Lawrence started resorting to pushes and just sitting back, giving Barrios the space to walk up on him because he couldn't handle the speed anymore, which I thought was really dope in a lot of respects. Because he knew, and even then, like whenever he moved up, Rubio and Gutierrez were finding him with those like little through passes, and Barrios was cooking him. And Barrios was tired too, you could tell, and he was still cooking Lawrence, man. I thought Barrios had a great game all the way around. His passing and his speed completely broke down the defense on that wing.
And even in the second half, if for those of you that stayed in the second half to watch it, it was just like. It started out a little sluggish, as you would expect after a 90-minute delay. But, then it was just Barrios down the side every time. And just, full Barrios. Like, if you know, right? Like, you've seen him.
Full Barrios to a dead stop on the edge of the box, staring down his defender in front of him.
Just awesome. Like, God, I love that guy. Like, love so many players on this team, and not just
they're very likable right now.
Yes,
very, very likable right now.
And
I think the most hated player left. Honestly,
there could have been a fourth goal. Sorry, go ahead.
Who? No, go ahead. Fourth goal. I said the most hated player already left.
You're right.
Yeah. We all know who it is. We don't got to say the name. Like we know who it is.
He's in the comments. So if you see, one of the most recent comments has his name in there. So.
His name rhymes with Max.
Does it?
And yeah, it rhymes with Max a little bit.
And with hack, which is what he is.
Oh man,
and he looks a little like a motherfucker.
Look, we're here for positivity.
That's right. Look,
Toronto actually. So Toronto was the only team that hadn't won on the road after the Rapids won, and they went into Nashville and scored 4, including little tiny Insigne just having a freaking golazo. I don't know if you guys saw that. That was sick. It was sick. Oh man, it was sick. Okay, anyways, Duane, continue.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, there could have easily, and again, this is where second half is super fun for me when we're playing hard offense, because that's where I'm sitting there on the goal line. And man, I got to tell you, like, yes, Zardes is doing the dirty work. Like tonight, he did the dirty work and made them pay for it. But we're also, we've been talking, for many post-match shows about not having the passes right on Zardes, and just the wingers just being a step off, or is it Zardes a step off? Like, we don't know. But man, there was a cross by Lewis that one of the loons barely, accidentally, I don't even think it was on purpose, like just got in the way a tad bit. But let me tell you, that cross was just there. And he could have fallen down and knocked this thing in. It was on point from Lewis. And like Lewis in the second half, he was just putting it on target, and when he wasn't,
I was very impressed
because he did put it back once, and like right after it, Zardes,
also he tried to get a little cheeky. He tried to get cheeky. He tried to put another chip in there, and he got
that pissed me off so much.
I loved it. I loved it. Are you kidding?
You had a chance to put that game completely away.
Hey, look. Hey, you know what? I will take full credit. I'm going to take full credit personally. Me, Merchel, is going to take credit for that chip attempt even happening, because 2-3 weeks after the 4th of July game, I was at practice asking him about that chip shot, and he got a little smile on his face. He's like, I'm pretty sure it's the first time I've ever chipped somebody and scored. Right. So all of a sudden he's on another breakaway, and what does he do? Goes for the chip. You're welcome. You're welcome, America.
I think the chip, he needed to do that, because from my angle, sitting there, like, I don't think he had much.
He had plenty. He should have not have chipped.
I don't know. Like,
even if you hit the
who cares? Yeah, who cares?
I thought he would have gone for the chip, and he did, and it was too much.
He should have looked for the pass. Is what he should have done. Like,
even if he hit the goal, he could have had a rebound to anybody. He had like 2 players around him. Like,
it's okay. It's okay.
I thought he made
it happens. Like,
it's
not a big
I support
thing.
Lewis and what he did. I support the chip shot.
Look, I love getting cheeky,
fun,
dude.
Yeah.
I love the cheekiness. Absolutely, 100%. Love it.
As soon as it didn't go in, it pissed me off. When I saw him try it, I was like, yes, go for it. I was more mad that it didn't go in than that he actually tried it.
Look, Zach brought up a great point.
He was too close, and he's right.
Zach just brought up a fantastic point in the chat. We just talked about basically every outfield player. Yarby was unreal.
Dude.
And there were some goals that, they shouldn't have scored 3 goals. That's fine.
That's on the defense, though. That's not on Yarby.
Those two big saves. Yes. The one where he was full extension sideways, tipped it over the crossbar, and then again on the I don't know how to say his name, so I'm not gonna mess it up. But on that breakaway, where he got down, got the leg in the way.
I couldn't even find where that rebound happened. I was like, it was some kind of wizardry just happened.
It was perfect. He got in the way. That was a sure goal. It was a wide open break. He got up almost to the edge of the box, got his leg down, saved the game. It was dope. It was so sick. Yeah. Darby was so sick tonight. And I knew he was going to be sick. Yeah, look at Joseph, dude. Thank God Joseph is a DNVR Rapids fan and wants to help us out all the time. It's amazing. Thank you, Joseph. Long Wayne? Wane. See, I need another comment. No, I'm just kidding. You're fine. I knew Yarby was going to have a good game because it was about the, 12th, 13th, 15th minute, somewhere in there. And on what was just like a pretty routine cleanup play, like a run that wasn't right, like a pass that went through that he was able to just pick up. He is screaming and gesturing at his backline over something that was nothing. Like, it was nothing. And he was losing it. And I'm like, okay, he's locked in. Let's go. Let's go. No, we're winning this. That was it. I was gassed up. He gassed me up. He Yasolinaed me up. I'm so in.
I'm sorry. I'm watching Rapids 2 and it just hit the post. They were so close.
What's the score?
2-1. They're down 2-1, but
who scored?
They were so close. Yaya.
Ooh, Yaya. What about how's Ralph looking? Is anybody paying attention? Give us a little Ralph update in the chat.
He's doing good, man.
Because I'll say this. I was talking to Kinsey, who's the Rapids 2 communications. She was hyped that Ralph was playing with them tonight. He was splitting time at practice. He's it's good for him. I think he hasn't played 90 yet, obviously. So he took a game off last game. Should play a lot of minutes, if not 90 tonight. Maybe ready to go for Columbus, right? I mean, like, let's go. Man,
by the way, having Jack Price back is so underrated.
Dude, it's underrated, and then you add Prizo and Gutierrez to that, and it's like the depth right now. You can't be mad at it at all. Like
Acosta's defense was out of the fucking world.
Man, Acosta too. There's another guy I was down on hard. I was out.
He was like out and running, man. He was chasing people down.
He was great.
Clean tackles, throwing his body around. Dude was out of this world. I just want to say, man, for all the negativity I brought at the beginning, like, I'm so hyped about this team. I'm the most hyped. It annoyed me so much seeing that happen over and over again. But this team, again, I'm
here's why it needed to happen for you, Yaya. Tonight was not a clean sheet, and it was a win.
Oh, dude, that's what I was the most excited about. I would have been really okay with them with the 3 goals, as long as the 3 goals weren't 2 of those goals were bad. Which one
I don't
do you
care
want,
if they're
Mitch?
bad or good.
The ones that we couldn't use.
I don't have them, but which one do you want to put up?
Oh yeah, okay, guys. This is an exclusive for those of you that have lasted the 41 minutes that we have been live here. Downtown Duane Brown is a graphics god, right? We all know it. We all see them, right?
Stop it.
No, I'm not going to stop it. This is where we pile on our love for Invisible Labs, right?
Yeah. So we're talking about my cryptic tweet about wanting.
Okay, look. Ideas, right? The loons. There's not a ton to play with loons.
You can't.
Right?
There's nothing
They're
interesting
basically
about
ducks,
Minnesota.
right? They're ducks.
Just really pretty.
That's what they are. They're ducks.
Yeah.
So of course, what do you come up with? Duck Hunter. Duane is working on, and I'm talking an elite. Oh, the cartridge one. Yeah, the cartridge one.
Yeah, we didn't forget you all. We made a graphic.
This was the graphic, but we got beat to the punch by Rapids Media last night. So we didn't drop this. And we decided to save it for the show. We didn't want to do we're copying or anything. This was the graphic.
We got
it is Pidtendo, Loon Hunt, MLS ball in the back. He killed it. Absolutely killed it. Look at that thing. Look at it. It's perfect. Perfect.
And we had the winning screen too.
The winning screen was look at that. Oh my God. I love it so much. So
I knew we were gonna win, so we made it. We were ready. So anyway, those of you that tuned
the graphics god.
Now you get to see what we wanted to post because you tuned into the show. So
congrats to Zach and B-Ray who are still hanging with us.
Still hanging with us. Anybody else who downloads
guys. Shout out B-Ray. I talked to you for a second to see 38 tailgate. He was wearing his Up the Pit scarf. You love to see it. Love to see it.
Hey, listen to this. For those of you on the fence, you're thinking about, do I want to get an Up the Pids DMVR Rapids scarf or not?
Yes.
I have worn this during 2 games because I'm a season ticket holder and I normally wear my season ticket holder scarf. The 2 matches that I have worn this were Tuesday against Red Bull and tonight versus Minnesota. Both huge wins, and it's because of this scarf. And maybe also because of outstanding play by the Rapids.
Also,
but I'm not going to say that the scarf didn't have anything to do with it because the data is what it is. Duane wears the scarf, we get dubs. So look,
I also have more breaking DNVR Rapids notes here. The Rapids DNVR C38 hangout on the 20th.
Let's go.
We took $10 off, $40.
Boom.
If you a ticket with us in the corner, gets you C38 tailgate pass. It's a fireworks game. You know the fireworks game. They do it as good as anybody in the whole state. It is a fantastic fireworks show. We're going to have a nice little crew hanging out. DNVR folks, you guys, C38 folks, all the homies. It's going to be sick. $40. Get in there. Let's do it.
Dev's going to be making dogs. I'm going to be putting ketchup on them.
Dev dogs, ketchup free Dev dogs for the real ones. Yaya's going to be there.
Yaya and I are putting ketchup on, so you don't have to be ashamed if you like ketchup. You come eat hot dogs with me and Yaya. We're going to happen. If you are a ketchup hater, maybe you have a hot dog with Mitch. I'm not going to judge you for your hot dog toppings.
I'm going to be eating 3 hot dogs at once, dog.
I've never seen it before. I'm ready for it. I can't.
Yeah, glizzies on glizzies, dog. I'm so hyped. It's going to be lit. It's going to be so lit.
Birthday time. It's going to be birthday time in the Mitch family.
It's on my wife's birthday, and it's 5 days before my birthday. So
boom.
There you go.
We are going to celebrate like crazy.
Judgmental Jim jumping in the chat. What's up, bro? Let's go. Let's go.
It is a really good time to be a Rapid fan. It's a great time to be a Rapid
Fantastic. Fantastic. Guys, what should we plug? It's midnight. Let's do some plugs. Who wants to plug something? Plug anything. I don't care.
I want to plug our show that's coming up next week. Yeah. Our Twitter at DNVR Rapids. Again, guys, interact as much as you can on the Rapids.
Please.
My Twitter, Mitch's Twitter, Invisilab's Twitter, they're fun if you want to know us. But if you really want Rapids content, follow us and interact a lot on that Twitter.
On the DNVR _Rapids account.
Correct. Because that's the one that we want you guys to let us know what you guys want to see from us, hear from us, who you want on the show. That's really important. So that's how we get to gauge what's next up and where we can take this, which direction to take this. And also give us a 5-star reviews on app or whatever platform you listen to us. It really helps us out. We really appreciate them. Whenever we see them, our hearts and ours light up and eyes light up. It's really fun for us, and it just lets us know that we are actually doing a good job and giving you the content that you guys want.
Love that. What a plug. Follow that, Duane.
I was gonna say the same thing, man. Like,
oh yeah, I'm sure.
If you're on the YouTube, then make sure you give us the thumbs up or you download all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Lets us know that we're doing a good job. It lets DNVR and All City Network know that DNVR Rapids is growing and making it happen, and so we get more support. So. But really we say it every show. And I say it all the time on Twitter. I'll say it again. This show is nowhere near as much fun without you all jumping in the comments because Mitch, Yaya, and me, like, we can do this in the office just sitting around.
It kind of is what we do in the office.
And so to have you guys on and have everybody dropping their thoughts and their knowledge and
look at that B-Ray comment there. Throw that up there.
Doing, that's what it's all about, and we're not about slinging analysis and all of that. We'll cover it, but we're about exactly what B-Ray.
We're trying to fill a corner, you know what I mean? Like, we're trying to find there are some great statistical analysis when it comes to you got Joseph, you got the C38 podcast, you obviously holding the Highline, Matt Pollard, those guys,
Matt and Mark.
Yeah, dude.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're just, dude, we want to be the bar you go to after the game where you have a beer in your hand and you shoot the shit and it's in the comments and it's with us and we're going back and forth. That's what we're trying to do. And I hope that's been coming off. 2 winners lounges in a row really helps that out. Sure. Being right on the edge of the playoffs really helps that out. And hopefully hanging out with you guys on the 20th. I mean, we hung out tonight. We were, it was like, so, I mean, it was, we hung out with Dev. I mean, it was great. It was great. Everything about it was great. I mean, get your merch. Oh, you know what I'm going to plug? I'm driving to California tomorrow during match 1 for United and Schalke. Both of them. I'm going to be in a car driving. I can't watch either one of them.
Man, you.
Which probably means 3 points for both of them because I can't see it. So, Joseph with the update.
I'm watching it right now, so I'm a little behind because the stream is always behind. But
well, tell us what's about to happen.
Give us the play-by-play.
I can't see who just, but somebody just got completely blasted in the box.
So what does that mean?
That means a penalty for the Rapids.
Yeah.
Apparently Darren Yappy buries it. So it's the Yappy Yaya hype train, man.
Anyways, I'm calling a Rashford goal tomorrow. It's gonna be sick. Brian's going down. Schalke's gonna get the win too. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna be listening to like 6 hours of Grateful Dead on my way to St. George, Utah. Yeah, I mean, look, subscribe, DNVR YouTube, thumbs up, all the things they said. If you want to be a member, if you're into more than just the Rapids, Colorado sports at large, if you want to do that.
What's the benefits? What is the benefits of being a member?
$60. You get a year of covers. That gets you behind the paywall. So that's all our writers. You get access to all their stories. That includes like Adam Mara's doing the list, which is like the best breakdown of Nuggets content there is on the internet, period. You get access to the Discord channels. And there's all sorts of stuff goes down in the Discord channels. Yaya's in there. Yeah. But there's
AJ and Rudo and
there's like active DNVR folks in those Discord channels. We have video game leagues. If you're a Madden guy, you get in on the Madden leagues. Those are crazy competitive. Someone beat RK, please. All we hear about is how great RK is at Madden. Someone get in there. I'm just kidding. Man, RK is really good. You probably won't beat him, but you should try. Let's see. What else is in there? Oh, you get $30 immediately. You get $30 worth of merch. That's essentially the cost of a t-shirt. You might have a few bucks to pay with tax and whatever. But you're basically gonna get a free DNVR shirt or scarf. Basically, it's the same price for a scarf. And then when the bar opens back up in a couple weeks, you get member beers. So you get bigger beers for cheaper. That's the way. Like, do you like a lot of beer? You should do that. Hanya just scored 2.
Yep, watching it right now. It's about
3-2 Rapids 2. Let's go. Kinsey's got to be so psyched, dude. Shout out Kinsey. She rules.
I'm such a Hanya guy, too.
You are a big Hanya guy. You're a big Rapids 2 guy.
I am.
Look at MLS Next Pro starts with Yaya, dude. We love it.
No, it starts with Joseph, but I'm right next to him, honestly. Joseph watches way more games and has way more stats than me, but I love Rapids too.
Love them. They're great. They're absolutely great. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us. We'll be back later in the week looking at that Columbus game. And what a way to go into a Columbus game is coming off of a Zardes hat trick. We're talking revenge game for our guy next Saturday. So we'll be breaking that down, probably have a pretty rad guest on as usual. We'll be talking a bunch of cool stuff. Duane will be cooking up some graphics like he does. And yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll see you guys there. Definitely jump in the comments, interact with us on Twitter. We love it. But more important than everything we just said, than the whole episode, all 53 minutes that we have already said, the most important thing, and I'm sure you guys will drop it in the chat before we run it all the way through. Up the bids.